The tension around Pep Guardiola's future at Manchester City has begun to feel like the slow, inevitable closing of a monumental chapter in modern football. After years of dominance, reinvention, and unimaginable consistency, the whispers have grown louder. Inside sources now claim that the 2025-26 season, his 10th at the helm, may very well be his last. A decade is an eternity for any manager, especially one like Pep II's. Every season feels like a lifetime of tactical evolution compressed into 10 frantic months. His longest previous spell was at Barcelona, barely 4 years. And by the end of it, he looked drained in a way that suggested the job had exhausted every fiber of his being. That he has lasted 10 seasons in the most physically and emotionally brutal league in the world is a feat on its own. He has conquered everything: Premier League titles, domestic cups, and the elusive Champions League trophy that the club had chased for generations. When the list of achievements is so complete that there is nothing left but repetition, the motivation to continue begins to fade. Guardiola has even hinted at exploring life beyond football. He speaks openly about traveling, spending time with family, and learning French, a sign that his mind is slowly drifting away from the constant grind of the technical area. Managers rarely announce their departures long in advance, but when a figure like Pep begins shifting the conversation toward a life outside the game, it's a signal that the sunset may already be forming on the horizon. Still, no one dares predict Pep Guardiola. Every time the rumors flare up, he finds a new contract waiting on the table. Time and again, he has been reported as exhausted, ready to leave, only to stay and continue building the machine he perfected. He is unpredictable, as capable of renewing a long-term deal tomorrow as he is of walking away entirely. What is certain, though, is that Manchester City is prepared. The club has long anticipated that a day would arrive when Pep would choose himself over football. Their planning is not reactive but strategic, years in advance. Even Bayern Munich's decision to lock down Vincent Kompany on a long-term contract was rumored to be driven by fear that City would try to bring their iconic former captain home as Pep's successor. Finding someone capable of filling Guardiola's shoes is almost impossible. A coach must not only understand tactics but possess vision, charisma, and the courage to live under the weight of a legacy that reshaped English football. And in an admirable move, Pep himself has reportedly agreed to help City select his future successor, ensuring continuity in philosophy and structure. It is as if he wants the empire he built to thrive long after his departure. If this season is truly the beginning of his farewell, the Premier League will lose one of its great architects, a figure whose absence will echo across stadiums and history. While City prepares for transition, tensions elsewhere in Europe are boiling over. Real Madrid are now sitting on one of the most unstable contract situations in recent memory. Vinicius Jr., once considered untouchable, has refused to extend his deal, which expires in 2027. With each passing month, the pressure intensifies. Madrid cannot afford to let a player of his caliber approach the final years of his contract without resolution. The Brazilian wants a salary equal to the club's highest-paid stars, specifically in and while Vinicius already earns a significant amount, his demand pushes Madrid into dangerous territory. Real Madrid now find themselves at a crossroads. If Vinicius insists on Mbappe-level wages, renewing him becomes complicated, and selling him suddenly becomes an option. Spanish insiders believe the club has quietly placed a price tag of around €150 million on him for next summer. Saudi Arabian clubs are already preparing a staggering offer, with whispers of a €1 billion package that would shatter football's economic structure. Premier League clubs also circle the situation cautiously, though no one can truly compete with Saudi financial force. Yet money is not the only reason Madrid could be willing to sell. Mbappe's arrival changed the dynamic. He is naturally suited to the left wing, the same position Vinicius occupies. That overlap forces Madrid into a tactical and political dilemma. Keeping both long-term may not be feasible, and in the shadows of this chaos emerges Erling Haaland. Madrid's rumored master plan is one of the most calculated potential moves in football history. Sell Vinicius at peak value, then use the funds to bring in Haaland, creating a partnership that would redefine their attack. Mbappe shifts to his preferred left side, Haaland anchors the center, and Madrid instantly forms the most devastating duo in the world. To Real Madrid, it feels almost too perfect. The only question is whether Haaland wants to move. He has everything at Manchester City, yet the allure of Real Madrid carries a historical weight few players resist. If Vinicius continues to struggle with form and discipline, pressure will only grow for the club to reshape the project around Mbappe at the same time. Liverpool face their own internal battles. Their defensive uncertainty around Ibrahima Konate has developed into a tug-of-war between media narratives. Spanish outlets insist he is destined for Real Madrid in 2026, while insiders like Fabrizio Romano argue Liverpool are in active negotiations to keep him. Yet the club's hesitation reveals the truth. They admire his physical power but worry about his technique under pressure, which top teams have already begun targeting. The most realistic solution is a short-term extension, protecting his value while giving him a chance to prove his worth. Liverpool understand the business, and they will not allow him to leave for free. Liverpool's midfield, meanwhile, remains one piece short of perfection. Reports claim they are eyeing Vitinha from PSG, a conductor capable of dictating tempo and unlocking matches with intelligent movement. But PSG's alleged asking price of €130 million is more of a declaration than an invitation. Vitinha is irreplaceable within their current system, under long contract, and central to their project. Liverpool may desire him, but the reality makes the deal nearly impossible. In Munich, Bayern are preparing a bold move of their own, with a €75 million bid for Dani Olmo. His injuries have plagued Barcelona, turning him into an expensive risk, but Bayern see potential others are prepared to give up on, and Barcelona, desperate for financial breathing room, are now more open than ever to selling. Fermin Lopez's emergence only strengthens their willingness to let Olmo go and rebuild smarter. Even Robert Lewandowski faces a crossroads as Barcelona consider ending his tenure. At 37, injuries have slowed him, but he remains lethal when fit. He is willing to accept a reduced role, mentor younger players, and even take a smaller contract simply to stay. Barcelona's delay forces him into contemplating something shocking: retirement, unless Atletico Madrid step forward. His future depends entirely on the club's decision. Across Europe, elite clubs are preparing for seismic shifts. Guardiola's possible exit, Vinicius's uncertain future, Bayern's gamble, Liverpool's ambitions, and Barcelona's difficult choices all collide into a moment where the next two transfer windows could reshape entire eras of football. Thank you for watching. With so much unfolding across Europe, what storyline fascinates you the most? Should Pep walk away at the peak of his powers? Is Madrid right to consider selling Vinicius? And will Lewandowski stay or say goodbye? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of football drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next episode.